found out my stepmom was cheating with my dad years before the divorce. Now my stepbrother has something to tell me?
Is it, I just got a new pack of Pokemon cards?
That's exactly what it was.
Yo.
When I, 22 male, was 4, my dad, 42 male, divorced my mom. About a year later, he introduced me to my stepmom, 42 female, and she now has 2 girls, N and D, that are both 22 as well. They married only a few months after dating and went on to have 3 more kids. G, 16 male, L, 10 male, and S, 4 female.
Okay.
My father adopted the twins N and D because their biological father was not involved. I've always considered all 5 of them my siblings, and we've never used step or half to refer to each other as siblings. When I was 6, shortly after G's birth, my mom passed away in a car accident, and because of it, I started to live with my dad full time. My relationship with my stepmom improved from there. She never adopted me. However, she, along with my dad, kept my mom's memory alive by keeping in touch with my maternal grandparents and other relatives, as well as visiting the grave with me on special days.
Okay, so it sounds like things are going well.
It's pretty good. Now, I started calling her mom when I was around 7 or 8, and she refers to me as her eldest child.
Wow. Okay, things going really well.
That's pretty close. Now, after 18, I started to work, but I continued to live with my parents. But last week, I was in the attic when I found a photo album that I've never seen before.
Is it a raunchy photo album? Is it like a pinups?
Or dad's lingerie.
Dad and some stilettos.
Ooh.
Daddy.
OP opened it, and I saw several pictures of my dad, my stepmom, and the twins when they were babies. But here's the thing. That makes no sense to me because, like I said, they were toddlers when our parents met. How could they be babies? Makes no sense.
Doesn't add up.
I decided to confront my parents about it. I sat them down in the kitchen alone and asked them how they met, and they told me the story that soon after my dad's divorce, he met my stepmom through a mutual friend. But when they were done, I took one of the pictures and threw it down on the table and demanded they tell me the truth.
This is like a courtroom law trick where it's like, where were you the night of the 17th? Oh, really? You were just out with your friends? Well, here's the proof.
Now, I could tell by my dad's face, he understood what I meant.
Ooh.
My dad told me that his marriage with my mom was going through a hard time because of my mom's infertility issues. One day he met my stepmom and things escalated quickly. And when he was ready to leave my mom, she found out that she was pregnant, but so did my stepmom.
Yo, man's packing a punch.
She's a straight shooters.
Whatever was in the juice that week? Juice more, my friend.
So he lied to my mom several times so that way he could spend time with my stepmom and her baby twins. One day he admitted to my mom that he was having an affair, and then they got divorced. So I looked at my stepmom and she was in tears. They both tried to say sorry, but I couldn't stay in that house any longer. I'm currently staying at my girlfriend's house. I haven't talked to my other siblings, G, L, and S. It's pained me a lot. And G said that S cried for me, and that just breaks my heart.
Yikes.
Now, I have refused to talk with my parents or the affair twins, N and D. The 3 of them lied to me.
The affair twins.
This feels like such an origin story of like, I trusted the twins, but they betrayed me.
And now I'm seeking revenge.
Yes. I feel like my whole life was built on lies and I am lost. I do not know what to do. I still love my sisters and my parents, but they, especially my parents, have hurt me so much.
Yikes. I don't know how OP's going to be able to get over this.
Well, OP has a plan.
What's the plan?
I have come to the conclusion that I should talk with the affair twins, N and D, and I will send them a message so we can meet in person and talk about it.
The affair twins.
Dun, dun, dun. I will also try to meet with my younger siblings because I have not seen them since last week. I just talked to them over the phone and I miss them. About my parents, I don't know what I'll do. I need to talk to them so I can at least get some closure, but I don't know if I'll be able to. We have updates on updates.
Let's see it.
So my sisters knew about my father's affair with their mother.
They knew.
They knew.
How
they
did
knew
they,
the whole time.
Bro, like when I was that age, I could barely keep any secret about like what bubblegum flavor I was eating.
So I made my post and I made the group chat with the twins and texted them We decided to meet. My girlfriend wanted to come with me, but I told her I'd rather go alone. And when I arrived there, they were already there and they started to try and make small talk, but I just went straight to the point. I asked them if they knew and they started to tear up. They always knew that my dad had an affair, but they only knew that they were his daughters when they turned 16 because our parents told them. They initially wanted to tell me, but my dad and stepmom pressed them not to say anything because if they told me, it would destroy our family.
I mean, probably true.
Probably true.
I think
it
that's
is
what's
right
happening
now.
right now.
I asked them how things were at home. They told me that G and L started to be rude to our parents while S just kept asking about me. They asked if I could forgive them. I told them that I still love them, but I need time, and they told me they understood that. I said I was sorry and that I shouldn't blame them for my dad's mistakes. They told me that they should have told me earlier. We hugged it out and cried together. We said our goodbyes and I went home, and my girlfriend asked me how I was, and I just broke down.
Yeah.
She held me tight and told me not to hold on and that she was there for me. Words cannot describe how much I love this woman. She has been my rock through all of this. I talked to my younger siblings this morning and we met at the park. I hugged them really tight, especially S. I'm super attached and really protective of her. And I tried to explain her in a toddler friendly way that I was mad at our parents because they did a bad thing and I wasn't mad at her. She asked if I was ever going to come back home and I told her I didn't know, but I still loved her. Man, it's so hard to
like the kid is caught in the middle.
They literally can't comprehend.
I feel like OP is making a lot of the right moves.
100%.
It's just such a tricky situation.
I talked to my brothers to see how they were holding on. G and L told me that they've been having a hard time because they never thought that our parents could do something so horrible. They told me they missed me, but understood why I had to leave. We spent the morning together, and after lunch, they went back home. I haven't talked to my parents yet, but I plan to call my maternal grandparents tonight to see if they knew or not.
If the grandparents knew too, like OP was just freaking betrayed by everyone.
But you know what, Sam? We're going to the final level here. We are confronting the father and stepmom about the affair. My dad and stepmom have wanted to meet and talk since I found out about their affair. I wasn't feeling ready to do it. My girlfriend said I should to eventually meet with them so at least I could hear their side. And my girlfriend told me that she wanted to come with me. My girlfriend and I sat down with my dad and my stepmom yesterday in a public space. We arrived before them. I was feeling nervous and my leg was shaking. My girlfriend held my hand and told me not to worry because she was there for me. When they arrived, I was looking at the floor. I just couldn't look them in the eyes. My dad was trying to ask me things like how I was, and I just asked him to explain everything. From the moment he met my mom to the moment he divorced her. Getting the full story here. My dad told me that he met her at church, and the moment he laid eyes on her, he fell in love and they soon started dating. My dad said my mom was a perfect partner. He said she was kind, loving, and very concerned about him. My dad proposed to her on her 18th birthday. Wow. And she cried tears of joy. My dad said that he never saw my mom so happy until the day I was born, but they did have problems having kids. They had several miscarriages, and my dad started to cheat on my mom with my now stepmom because the stepmom could give me what your mom couldn't.
Adopt, bro.
My dad started to spend less and less time at home, and at this point, he started crying. He said that my mom tried her best and told him every day how much she loved him and how sorry she was that she couldn't give him a family. Bro, why would you?
Wow.
And he's literally cheating on her.
Oh.
My father was planning on leaving my mom, but then she told him she was pregnant. In the same week, my dad found out my stepmom was pregnant as well. My dad initially believed that I was going to be a miscarriage, but it didn't happen. He said that when I was born, my mom couldn't stop looking at me and crying and smiling at the same time. My dad said that my mom held his hand and said, "We finally did it, my love."
Oh.
Bro, imagine what's going through his head. I started to cry a bit. My dad and my stepmom tried to comfort me, but I just asked how my mom reacted to my dad's affair and why my dad...
Yo, this sucks. This sucks. It's so much worse than I could have imagined.
But it gets better, Sam. I asked him all that and why my dad waited 4 years to divorce her.
That's impressive, honestly. Keeping a secret that big, having two families with affair twins.
My dad said that during those 4 years, my mom became overprotective of me. He gave me a few examples, like my mom had me in a crib in their room when I was a baby. Whenever I was crying, she was the one to calm me down and didn't let anyone else do it. She wouldn't let anyone else hold me until I was a bit older. And she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom so she could spend literally all her time with me. It took my dad and grandparents from both sides to convince her not to do that. This caused them to have less and less time alone. And during those 4 years, my mom's sex drive got lower and she didn't get pregnant again when they did it. My dad told my mom about the affair and he laid everything out. including the twins. My mom begged him not to leave her, making more promises that she would have more sex with him. And if my dad wanted, he could continue to have the affair and have another child, and that my mom would still treat them well.
Oh,
jeez.
oh,
God.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
My dad said that his mind was made up, and my mom cried and asked him to leave her alone for a while.
This guy.
Dude.
This guy.
What more could he want if she is open to that?
Guy's scum. Oh, my heart hurts so much for this family.
This is one of the worst scenarios probably that we've come across.
You can't trust anyone.
You really can't, bro. When my dad got back, he heard my mom singing my song. He went to my room and peeked through the door and saw my mom in the room holding me in her arms while singing. I fell asleep after my mom started crying softly, probably so I wouldn't wake up. My dad said she just started kissing me on the forehead and that she loved me over and over again. My dad told me that my mom slept with me that night, and the next day they started to discuss their divorce. My dad said that my mom did her best not to portray him as the bad guy, and when I asked who I was going to live with, my mom said I was going to be with her 1 week and then my dad the other. So she even still split time. She's not even trying to get full custody.
Oh.
My dad tried to guilt trip me. He said that my mom could tell everyone about the affair and could have pushed to have full custody of me, but she understood it wasn't healthy for you.
She just wants what's best for her kid.
Completely putting her own self-interest aside.
This sucks.
In every scenario.
I am in turmoil. I am in turmoil.
I simply asked about the twins. How was their relationship with him before, and why did he tell them? He said when the twins were born, my mom was already at home, but he was able to visit my stepmom in the hospital. I asked him if he had always been the twins' legal father, to which he replied yes. My father said that he would visit the twins and my stepmom at least once a week, and he said he thought the twins should know because he wanted the truth to come from them. Like, why not the same for OP?
This guy sucks.
I told my dad that his actions have showed me he is nothing more than a selfish a-hole, that he's hurted me, the twins, my mom, and all the people he loves and respects.
True.
I told him that we could never have any type of meaningful relationship, to forget about being at my wedding or ever meeting my kids. The maximum I could ever do was tolerating him and his wife for the sake of my siblings, mainly my 4-year-old sister. My stepmom tried to intervene and she said, "Son."
Ooh, there's a clap back coming.
Before she could continue, my girlfriend replied that I was not her son, that she was just my father's lover, and that my real mom has passed away. We soon left. As we were walking home, my girlfriend said if it was all right to say that, to which I said yes. When we got home, she held my hand and took me to our room. We laid down in our bed and I buried my face in her chest. I want you to know how proud I am of you and how you've shown how strong and mature you are, but you don't need to act tough around me. Please let it all out. I started to cry as I never have before.
This is unrelenting.
I know.
Let it end, John.
After what seemed to be an eternity, I told my girlfriend I wanted to see some of my mom's pictures so I could calm down. It started off all right, but then I landed on these 2 pictures. In the first one, my mom was holding me and looking at me with a big smile. In the other one, she was giving me a big kiss, and I just lost it again. She didn't deserve any of this. I wished she could have found someone better than my dad, someone she could have loved and treated her like she deserves. I'm a little better now, but I'm still an emotional mess. My girlfriend says that she's been worried about my mental state and that she wants me to see a therapist.
Yes, please.
Please do.
You need to see like 12 therapists because this I need a therapist for having listened to this.
I told her I agreed and asked her to help set up the appointment because I was not capable of doing that right now. I want to thank everyone who's commented, set DMs, and gave me advice. Thank you all. It means a lot. If something happens in my life, I will keep you updated.
That sucked.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you recover from that.
I think the silver linings, like it seems that OP has found an amazing partner.
Yeah.
Seems like he still has.
At least he has that. At least he has that until the update is my girlfriend cheated on me with my dad.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
Jesus. Well, I feel like that's
a great place to close it off, ain't it?
This is like just teaching me like what not to do in relationships.
It's honestly, it is the masterclass.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna be so good at not up relationships.
Oh my god, we're just gonna be relationship kings,
dude. Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.